Well, hello, everybody. As I mentioned in my channel bio, I'm not particularly tech savvy, and in fact, I'm not young enough to be any kind of a digital native. I practically had to chisel stuff out of stone tablets in my school days. I got my first cell phone at the age of 30, but my household received an Oculus. To be more precise, my 10-year-old child received an Oculus last month, and it's really changed the way that I look at and think about NFTs. And I'm not super techy, but I'm very curious about the mechanics of all this stuff. And so this is just kind of a warehouse gallery where I've stored some random things. This is not any kind of consistent diorama or anything like that, but I used OnCyber for this. And if you're not familiar with OnCyber, definitely check it out. I'm going to put a link to this OnCyber gallery in this video. And if you've never used it before, I mean, it's free to use for the most part, unless you want to upgrade stuff. This gallery is free, and just really pretty impressive. It's a great piece of kind of infrastructure and ecosystem for Ethereum and Polygon. So let's just look at a couple of these things. As I mentioned, I'm really curious about the way this stuff works. And so, like, these sunflowers are just self minted. And I'm going to do another tutorial probably next weekend about how to go about self minting GLB files if you can get them. But it's actually a pretty useful way to experiment with your own NFTs and not have to pay very much at all. In fact, this house plant here is also a self mint. Now, these two daisies, the purple daisies, were made by somebody named Fertilizer, and that's with an S, Fertilizer. And you'll be able to go to the gallery and walk through it yourself, and then you can follow the links to these on OpenSea, and you can see for yourself. They're really cool. They come in a variety of colors. I'm a big fan. Over here, I just have this is actually a Solana NFT, and I guess I ported it over to Polygon, and minted it in a way that it would show up in an Ethereum slash Polygon gallery. Over here, let's just wander back over this way. The crazy looking rabbit here is another self mint. This sofa was made by somebody named Conceptuel, and that's with an EL at the end. And man, I really like this person's stuff. They've got again, you can follow the link to this sofa if you go to the gallery. It looks like I left that floating off the ground a little bit. Sorry about that. But this person has a bunch of furniture out there, some really cool stuff. Not very expensive, and you can outfit your own gallery or your own diorama with all kinds of cool 3D stuff. I'll leave the monster there until the end. The next NFT I wanted to look at is actually the solar system up here, and it's supposed to move. I'm not super tech savvy, and I haven't been smart enough to make it happen, but it looks really cool. I want to say this was like $8 or something like that. Mints on Polygon, so no worries about gas. I think the most expensive item in this gallery is actually the purple cube. And when I bought it, it was probably the same size as those blue and white cubes. And one of the things that I wanted to do is just sort of experiment with resizing. And so pretty much everything you see here can be resized and repositioned pretty easily, actually. So I just kind of stretched out this purple cube so that you could see what it might look like if you turned it into a room, if you basically used it as the walls of its own little miniature room. The Ethereum logos, or I don't know, maybe about $4. Again, you can follow the link. They were not self minted. I actually minted these on Polygon, and same with these blue and white cubes, which are actually pretty darn cool. You could stretch one of these out too. I imagine that'd be pretty interesting looking if you did. There's one that's actually not showing up in the middle here. I wonder why that's the case. Well, we'll just turn back around this way. You can see the solar system again. This last little monster here is from ASM AIFA. It's a little 4-on-4 artificial intelligence driven soccer game, or football as they say everywhere but the United States. And this is just one of many characters that I have. And again, I had to pull a GLB file. That's a file type that will mint in 3D for Oculus or for any VR viewer. In case you are wondering, yes, that's what I'm filming this with. It's an Oculus 2. And these are all NFTs. And again, I think the world is changing and the world's going to continue to change even a little bit more. I think there's a lot of things that people can do with these. And I'll come back and do a little bit more about how a person who's non-techie like me can actually mint their own, can self-mint NFTs in 3D. And I hope that you'll find it useful as you create your own scenes and discover your own utility. And that's it for now, but thank you. Bye.